We've all seen the rider out there who looks really fast, but he can't seem to do more than 3 laps without pulling off and trying to shake his arm so hard that his fingers want to go flying off. I mean, heck, I've been there. The solution actually is really simple. So here's the thing. I think we've all been there at some point. You get out on the track, you get 5 minutes into it, and your arms are so full of blood that your hands go numb and you cannot hang on to that bike to save your life. And sometimes that ends up leading you into crashing the bike altogether. And here's the thing, from a medical perspective, there's not much we can do about that. When you use the flexor portion of your forearm and you use it a whole lot, gripping like crazy, it just fills up with blood, and you're using it so much that the blood doesn't have time to get out of the arm, not to mention gravity is holding that blood in there a little more. That's what really causes that arm pump. So there's not much we can do about it from a medical perspective or from like a human anatomy perspective, but there is something that we can do about it from a different perspective. Because here's the thing, arm pump is purely psychological. A little while ago, I put out a video discussing some tips and solutions for arm pump. One of those solutions was suggesting that you slow down by 5 or 10% while you're riding. Now, if you've already done this, then you'll know what I mean when I say this actually works. And if you haven't tried it yet, then this video is for you. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear, but the truth is that it's true. I mean, how else do you explain the fact that if I go out on the track when it's freshly groomed and I don't know the lines that well, I can do like 2 laps and my arms will explode. And then 20 minutes later, I'll go out and do an hour-long moto, and the only reason I stop is because I'm running out of gas altogether on the bike. The real explanation is that it's all up in my head, and that's great because we can fix that. When you're pushing and you're riding just above your skill level, what's happening is that you're pushing your mind, you're pushing your vision, you're pushing your skill set to the point where you're not really comfortable anymore. That means you start to squeeze really, really hard, working those forearm flexors, and the blood gets stuck in there. But if you back it off a little bit, back more towards where you're comfortable, it's not going to be a big deal, and your mind's going to relax, your body is going to relax in turn, and you're not going to hang on so tight. I know it seems like we all want the super magical fix for our arm pump, whether it's just one bolt-on item you can get for your bike, or a super pill, or maybe even some crazy diet. The truth is, none of those will work, never have, and never will. The key to getting rid of arm pump once and for all lies within our own minds. So the easiest solution to that is to slow down 5 or 10%. Now, I know how that sounds because nobody wants to have to slow down. We're all out there trying to go faster and faster and beat the guy beside you. But the truth is, you'll get faster by being smoother and putting in time on the bike. You can't just force the issue by holding it wide open and scaring the bejesus out of yourself. Yep, it's just a good old-fashioned seat time on the bike that's going to make you feel a little more comfortable. But it's somewhat of a fine line, isn't it? You want to be able to push your skill set enough that you're improving on the bike without pushing so hard that your arms go numb and you end up crashing. So here's what I suggest you do. Try doing some sprint laps. You want to ride really, really hard for say 1 to 2 laps, and then back it down to that 80 to 90% that I talked about, and then ride it out, get comfortable at that pace, push again for a couple more laps. So that's really a good way to work on pushing your skill set while still being able to go for a longer duration, bring your fitness levels up, and get used to doing a full moto. You'll incrementally get better while still getting those laps in that you need to just work on your skill set altogether. Give that a try. I hope that helps. I hope you liked the video. Smash subscribe for me. I'm going to go out and do another moto. 'Tis the time. We'll see you in the next video.